The more I jump into this black hole of pedal collecting, there's one thing that's always certain. There are weird, wacky, and rare pedals that my eyes have never come across. And today, I'm going to try and stump you with 10 pedals you've never seen. It's time to open something up, and this week it's from Fjord Audio in Chicago, Illinois. It's in one of those classy brown envelopes. I love these. They smell really great. Let's get right into it. Oh man, that adhesive is top notch. Spencer Tweedy. His dad is Jeff Tweedy, and you know him from Wilco, but Spencer is a drummer. And when I say drummer, he's a drummer. Like a really good drummer. You can hear him on the Tweedy solo records, also the Mavis Staple stuff. He has his own band. Here they are, opening these guys up. So he started this cable company, and they're just awesome. It's cloth cables. They feel amazing. I'm dropping everything, it's fine. Fjord Audio, and they're named after different studios, to different colors. I like red, of course. And as always, there's stickers involved. Pretty pumped about trying these out. I'm a mic cableaholic. Is that a thing? I have a lot of mic cables and I seem to never have enough, so thanks, Spencer. First up, we have the DOD Corrosion with controls called Dissolve, Bottom, Top, and Rust. And notice the enclosure is not painted, because if it was painted, it couldn't corrode. So, DOD Corrosion. This is pretty much a distortion pedal that corrodes your signal. This next pedal weighs a lot physically, and it runs on 18 volts, which is a lot of voltage. So I think it offers a lot to this episode. It is the Firstman International Stereo Rotary Effector RT3, that's a mouthful. Pretty amazing pedal. The Guyatone Dual Octave Box. This is a weird one, a very weird effect. It's a very old octave pedal, which means you're in for a treat when you plug it up, because old octave pedals are about as strange as it gets. Yeah, there's a whole series of these. I might show them one day. But this one's odd, and this one's pretty rare, so. Next up is a pedal not known by brand, but only by name. This one's called the Sweeper. Right here, one knob, 2 jacks. Put a battery in this bad boy and sweep away. Pretty much it's a Phase 90 clone, but it looks awesome. And on the back it says Made in Japan, which means it's awesome. Next is the DOD Distortion from a company in Macedonia, I'm assuming. It's called the DS-2 Distortion, I think. And we're going to play this bad boy, but handmade in Macedonia. Plain enclosure with raised printing. Pretty sweet looking. This next one's a real treat. I've considered putting it in my pedal board rig from time to time, but I'm afraid to because the enclosure is basically the thickness of a grocery store bag, and it's plastic, and it's weird. I don't know. I think the company is Seea, S-E-E-A. It is a stereo fuzz pedal, 2 outputs, soft and hard clipping. Love how it sounds. Love that foot switch too. Looks like you're launching a missile or something. Da-da-da-da-da. Where would we be without this pedal? Probably where we are now, because no one's ever heard of it. It is the Coron Compressor 20. It's a compressor, it's red, it has 2 knobs. Let's take 5 seconds and you guess what it's a clone of. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's a Dynacomp copy. Sounds really great though. And that's what it is. I have this whole brand, I believe. Nice thin enclosure, pretty cool. I like them. You never heard of it though, that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm taking a chance here. I really want to stump you with all of these. I'm doing another Guyatone. Guyatone has some weird pedals through their history, and this one I think is pretty rare. It's a TD1 vacuum tube distortion. This is actually Andy Timmons. I've been borrowing it for about 3 years. Sorry, Andy. Found it in a drawer. I don't know that I'd ever seen this, and I've seen a lot of Guyatones. It has a 12AX7 tube in it. It's kind of a tube driver kind of circuit. Sounds pretty cool. This pedal, I plugged it up. It's a distortion pedal. I don't have a clue what it says, so someone out there will have to help me because I don't read, speak, or know anything about Russian. Pretty sure this is Russian because I've watched a ton of spy movies. It looks familiar in that way. Yeah, I have nothing to tell you because I just physically can't read it. I'm going to end out with another Russian pedal because why not? It's just going downhill for me. I can't read this one either. But this is one of my favorite looking pedals because it has brown plastic sideboards that kind of look like the station wagon that my parents drove when I was growing up. And I just physically can't read it at all. I have plugged it up. It works. It's a flanger. Pretty sure it's a flanger. Today's record time is brought to you by Death Cab for Cutie and the album called The Photo Album. The first time I ever heard Death Cab was when I was with a friend and we were in his car and he had burned one of those mix MP3 CDs. Does anybody remember that? That was the golden age. I gotta move on from that conversation, but this album was amazing to me. We Laugh Indoors was the song I first heard. It got me into Death Cab. I listened to the older stuff. I've continued to listen forward to their new records, and this stands as my favorite Death Cab record, so check it out, the Photo Album. What I need you to do, just put some new music for me in the comments. Anything you're listening to, I just need some new music. I don't really care what you put in there. Just help me out and listen to this. That's it for this episode. I want to say that if you're one of the people watching this and you actually knew one of these pedals, you win my deepest admiration and respect for the rest of your life. So congratulations on that. There's a hashtag that I made a few years ago. I'd like for you to go to Instagram and check it out. It's Pedal You Have Never Seen. It has 547 posts. It's quite a crowning accomplishment of mine to have made a hashtag that people actually give a rip about. I'd love for you to go on there, take a picture of that pedal that you have, you think is wacky and weird, tag that, and let's get those, let's get that number up. I want it in the millions, like in a month or two. Let's try to do that. If you like this episode, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon, and you'll be notified of our next episode. That's all I got for today. Have a good one.